Hello my younger chefs, this is my second day of demoing. Today, or on this particular demo, what I'm going to do is I'm going to completely tear away this meat from this chicken, or this carcass of chicken. Now the reason we do this is because it's so much cheaper than to buy the breast itself. And also we can kind of change it around the way that we want it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show how to do this. Now, what I've done, I've dried it. So I've got some paper towel, taken it out of the bag obviously, dried it, and now I'm going to cut it up. So what we do is we're going to take the little wing pieces off. Now when you try to find a joint, the idea is to find the joint at which to cut through. It's good to get the two pieces of bone and move them, and that way you can kind of indicate where that centre joint will be. So through there, taking that off. Now I'm going to show every piece and what we do with them. So as we go, I'm going to keep filling this tray up and then we'll talk about it at the end. All right, so I'll take off the other wing. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the next part of that wing off. Again, I'm moving it around to find that joint. Okay, now from here I'm going to take the legs off. Okay, now again, you can kind of get it and pull it away and you can kind of see through there where to cut. So, all right, now I've stretched it right out. Now from here, if you dislocate that bone where the thigh is, there'll be a little bit of meat here that will pop up. Okay, so you need to run your knife down in and around it because it's like a little pocket. Okay, so we need to pull it and then we'll hit the bone. From there I stop and then I'll tear it away and you'll find that that will actually come straight out of that joint there. Then from there I'm just slowly cutting through the meat and going up beside that bone, so you kind of got it all there. Now that is what we call as a Maryland cut. So again, I'll finish that off a little bit later on. Okay, do the other side, again, tearing it away. Now when I cut it, I'm not going in hard, I'm just trying to cut the skin and then I can see where that joint will be. Again, dislocate it, so with my thumb I'm pushing against into that thigh and you'll see that there's a little bubble there. So that's the bit that I need to then cut it out. So again, use my knife in here, in through the pocket, up. Then from there, you can even just tear it away, just like that. Okay, next bit. Now I'm going to take off the breast. Now with the breast, through the centre is like the carcass of it, so it's like a sinewy, can't think of the name of it. Anyway, we're going to cut right through it. Now there's two parts of it, so I'm just going to run my knife down through it, and that'll indicate which side of the breast you've taken. Okay, so from here, okay, now down here is the wishbone. So as I cut down, I'm going to hit that wishbone, and then I'm basically following the knife through inside that wishbone. Okay, moving it around. And then from there, I'm just going to use the tip of my knife, and I'm going to go around the carcass. Okay. Okay, from here I'm hanging on because I want that in there because I'm going to make a chicken Kiev. I want that bone there, so I haven't removed that for a purpose. Okay, so now I'm hanging on again. I'm going to go slowly and I'm going to follow the carcass and the bone around. Now I've cut through that bone and I've taken it away from the carcass. So from there I can just tear away. Okay, so that is my breast. Okay, and I've got my little drumstick in there, my little winglet thing. Okay, so from here, we've got this thing here which is called a tenderloin. Now I'm going to remove that because it's really nice in salads, pan frying, anything like that. I'm going to remove that. Okay, so there's my breast. Okay, now I'll quickly do the other side. Okay, again, I'm going up beside the carcass. My knife is going around the bone, trying to take off as much meat as possible. Again, I'm going to hit that wishbone and I'm going to slide down beside it. All right. Cutting through the bone. There we go. All right, so remove that. So that's my carcass of chicken, which I'm going to make some soup out of later on. So that'll go there. Okay, so here's the breast, again, the tenderloin. I get it, I don't need to use a knife, I can actually just tear that away. Okay, and then I've got my other breast. All right, now I'm going to leave the skin on these. Okay, it's the same as why Kentucky Fried Chicken leave their skin on, because it's beautiful. All right, so we're going to leave it on. Now, in the restaurant game, when I had my restaurants, I left the skin on, unless it was just a breast and it was being pan-fried and something else, I'd take the skin off. So obviously, this isn't good for the waste, but it's so tasty. Okay, so here it is. So, to go through the cuts that I have, the carcass, I'm going to make soup out of. Okay, in a pot, and I'll demo that another day when I've got a couple more here. Okay, I've got my chicken wings. Okay, again, that'll go in my stock. I've got these little pieces here. Now, I hang on to these. When I do this at home, I get 2, 3, depends when it's on special. I'll go and buy a couple of these and I'll stick them in the freezer, get them out, cut them up, and then do other things with it. Now, I hang on to these and I marinate those when I've got enough for something a little nibble on. Okay, then I've got, like I said, my breasts. Okay, so I have 2 of those. I've left the wing on that. Okay, now my Marylands. All right, so with my Marylands, I'm going to cut them up. Again, you don't have to. You could put these in a bit of seasoned flour, pan fry them in the oven. Beautiful. Nice dinner meal. The other thing you could do is you could wrap that in bacon. Again, pan fry it, cook it off. Lovely. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that up so you can see. Now, when I cut that away, so you can see how I'm bending that, there's a line through here. You can kind of see it between the bits of fat there. That's the line where the joint is. So I'm going to cut through that. And I'm going to use a bigger knife. I've got this little paring knife, which I've done because it's more of a delicate thing. This time I'm going to use a bigger knife to go through there. So I've got an idea where that joint is. Cutting through that. Now, if you find that you're cutting and it's not coming through, you're not going to cut through a big piece of bone. So you just need to adjust your knife to find where that joint is. Okay. Got my drumstick, lovely. Again, you can put marinate those, cook those off. They're a nice meal. Okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bone out of this thigh. Okay, again, now I'm going to move my little knife. Now with this, I'm basically just taking the tip of my knife and I'm going around that bone, all the way around, which I'll show. Okay, don't be afraid to get your fingers in there and just spread the meat away so you can see the bone a little bit clearer. Now at this stage, I've still got, the bone is still attached. I pick it up and then I just drive my knife in beside the bone, and then from there I can just cut it straight out like that, taking it away. Again, stock. So into the carcass. Okay. What can we do with thigh? We can do heaps of stuff with thigh. We could take the skin off, which I'll do. Okay, we could slow cook this down. We could do a butter chicken. We could do anything that is slow cooked, any type of curries. All of that is very tasty with thigh. The other thing you can do, which is nice and fancy, you can cut that out and make that a bit flatter, so you just kind of butterfly that, which I'll show you, like that. Okay, then what you could do is you can get a meat mallet, flatten that out, and then you can make a little stuffing in there and you can roll it up. Okay, refrigerate that, crumb it, pan fry it, delicious, chop it up, yummo, get it in your belly. All right, next one, that's actually pretty much it. I won't show the other one, but later on I'll cut that up. And then stay tuned, I'll do another one where I'll show you how to make a chicken Kiev, and all good. See you soon.